What's up, folks? Hope you're having a good day as usual. Now, worrying times are ahead. Quite worrying times. As the title of this video states to some degree, the material usage license for Final Fantasy XIV is being weaponized to censor controversial content creators to varying degrees. Now, this has happened recently, a few hours, and in light of recent events of the community, we're starting to see a lot more censorship come into the game. Now, quite briefly, with the whole Lynx Camelli debacle, Lynx's thread was removed from the forums because it was controversial. And now we have a screenshot from Arthas, a popular Final Fantasy XIV streamer. Relation, could be him, could be someone else, could be Xeno, for example. We don't know. But a GM has basically messaged a user, a content creator in-game based on their behavior outside of the platform. Now, this happened to Arthas before in relation to ACT, and yes, it was justified. ACT shaming has been said many times. You need to keep quiet about it. However, this is one of the first times that I know of that I've seen on the community social media where a content creator is being brought up on the material license usage to censor them for being vulgar. Vulgar can mean many things. Now, I want to take a look at the material license usage because we need to be 100% transparent about it, right? Most content creators do stuff that is in violation of this material license usage, including myself, regarding music and stuff. It's just the process of editing. We've never historically had any issues with it, and really popular streamers and content creators have used music outside of the game to promote the game. Now, we're starting to see certain bullet points of this being used, almost like weaponized, I'd say, like you're getting reported and then this is being brought up to censor them. Now, let's have a quick read of the material usage at certain points. Most of these are a given, right? Don't be sexist, don't be racist, don't be homophobic. The 2 points that are quite worrying and they're quite overall as a statement are defamatory or generally offensive content and only to use music as it is incorporated. These 2 points, the music one is done all the time, even by hugely popular content creators. I've never been brought up on it. I don't think they've ever been brought up on it. But certainly we've seen popular content creators still use music outside of Final Fantasy XIV. No issues. However, this one's quite worrying. Generally offensive content of any kind. Now, in the content creation sphere, we have really wholesome streamers like Zeppler, where you go to be comfy, relaxed, all that sort of stuff. Comfy, friendly environment. And then on the opposite spectrum, we have the Xeno, the ginger-bearded dad, the bully, the guy that is pro at the game, and he tells it like it is. Both are yin and yang approaches to content creation for this game, and both are widely entertaining and facilitate certain personalities and viewership. They're both needed. A balance is needed. Now, the problem is we're starting to see, and in between Xeno and Zeppler, there are a plethora of content creators that are on various parts of the scale. Both of them are legit entertaining models of content creation. The problem is, as we've seen in-game is incredibly censored. I have a warning on my account for saying your mum to somebody that I had an argument with like 4 years ago. That warning is now on my account forever. So we all know that in-game we have to be very careful. But now Square Enix's GM and behavioral team, whatever you want to call it, they're starting to reach outside of Final Fantasy and it's starting to censor content creators. We see that Arthas and maybe Xeno, we don't know if it's Xeno, but Xeno is certainly a candidate for this if it goes any further, which is a problem. We need to identify this early and talk about it because it proves a real problem for the game regarding censorship. So let's say we know that there's lots of drama in the community, high end and low end, the wider community, the high end community, whatever you want to call it. When I say high end, I mean like the 1%, Discords, all that sort of stuff. People are always looking to try and get one up on the other person. We see anonymous accounts shaming people. We see all sorts, right? So if this material license usage thing starts to click on that you can report any content creator you don't like based on their YouTube video or their stream, where does it end? The material license usage can be weaponized to censor or even destroy the livelihood of content creators. I worry for this because I do this as a hobby. Once a week, I get some type of content out and I don't financially depend on it. However, if someone wants to weaponize against a channel and it starts to work, I still love this as a hobby. It's going to be extremely annoying for me. Now imagine that, but with somebody that pays their rent and pays their livelihood off of streaming this game. It's thin ice and it's extremely worrying. Certain parts of this material license usage are being used and certain parts aren't being used. There's no consistency, and it's worrying in that regard that it can just be plucked out with general statements to punish somebody for something. And the only reason we see this happening is because someone is going out there and someone is reporting. Maybe it's mass reporting. We don't know. People are reporting famous people or content creators in the community because of drama or because of whatever, being offended. And it's working. We're starting to see people remove their streams. We're starting to see people like Arthas remove their clipping ability from Twitch. And rightfully so, you know, people like Arthas and Xeno, they do this for a living. Their entertainment factor is built on being controversial, and it is entertaining for people. The viewership shows that. But if they have to start censoring themselves, what are they going to be content creation wise? Is everyone going to be happy-go-lucky? Is everyone going to say, hey, nice to meet you. You're doing so well. Oh, your damage is good. Yeah. And you got the 200 DPS Black Mage in Eden Savage. What are we doing? Where does this end up? It doesn't bode well for anyone that builds their brand on being controversial. We've seen, as I said before, Lynx Camelli's post deleted. Lynx Camelli's YouTube section, a complete mess. If Lynx now says something controversial on Twitch in the future, with all that hate he's gotten from the community in various degrees, doesn't matter if it's a minority, it's still a big amount of people, you will get people that will sit on your stream and just find something to clip, find something to report, to get you warned, or they'll try anything they can because you cross them. That's just how it happens with certain people in the community. So this is worrying times, I say. I want to know your thoughts, right? I want to see your constructive thoughts on these comments and creators. I will outright remove any comments where people are insulting other content creators. That's not what this is about. This is about the bigger picture. This is about content creation being censored in Final Fantasy XIV. And we're starting to move towards that. And the future is very bleak if this picks up and people start to catch on. So let me know your thoughts. And if you're a content creator, I want to know your thoughts. I know a few of you watched the video. Links, if you're watching this, bro, talk to me, dude. Leave me a comment, do something, because this shit is this is worrying for a community like this, and based on how stuff goes with drama. So I'm worried. So let's see where we end up. But let me know your thoughts. It needed to be talked about on a content creation scale because it's worrying for us. And it's worrying for people that do certain things in this material license usage as well. So let me know what you think. Do you think it's been too censored? Do you think they're going the right route? I do not think they're going the right route. By this standard, people like Asmongold would be banned off the platform. And this could mean anything. Offensive content could mean absolutely anything. Calling someone a potato, calling someone a giraffe for playing Elezen. If you're doing content creation, you should be worried and you should be talking about this over the next few weeks. So let's see what happens. But other than that, thanks again. I've got an interesting video coming on Tuesday, so look forward to it. And I'll see you in the next one. But thanks for listening to my rant. And I'm out. Peace.